On behalf of your host, Steve D, this is Bruce Buffer saying thank you for tuning in to Xtreme Life. And now, this is the moment Xtreme Life fans around the world have been waiting for. It's time!
Hey everybody, welcome to the Xtreme Life podcast. This is Steve D. I am here today with MMA fighter, kickboxer Dianna Karavas, fighting out of Law MMA, weighing in at 145 pounds, right? Did I do that okay? I don't know. TJ DeSantis
when commentating.
Well, TJ DeSantis said to me one day on a podcast, he said, "You are no Bruce Buffer, Steve D."
Yeah. Get in there.
And I have to agree with him. But you know what? Hey, there's only one Bruce Buffer, and I try sometimes to you
gotta be Steve D.
That's right. I gotta be Steve. I gotta be me. Isn't that a song? You gotta be me, right? So thanks for coming back on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Last time you were on was September 2020. Did you know that?
Yeah.
September 2020.
Wow.
And that was a while ago.
Yeah.
And that was like, I think just pre-pan. I was just like, we were kind of in the pandemic, I guess, but we were like in a weird spot.
We were. Everything was like starting to open back up, but not really. So
it was open, shut.
Yeah.
And it was kind of strange. So I wanted to show you real quick. I'm just going to share something with you here. This was the last time you were on. Wait, let me see if it'll come on. Can you see it? Is that up on your screen?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I'm just going to get to a spot here. There you go. Okay, let me find where I want to go. There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Hey, this was a promo I used.
I want to fight, guys.
We were just talking about
I want to fight you.
Yeah. Just don't fight me, because you'll probably kick the crap out of me.
Damn, where'd my hair go?
I want to just get out there and punch people in the face, get punched in the face, like whatever happens,
You want to scrap.
Yeah, I just want to scrap. There's nothing wrong with that. We're fighters. Like, just sign the papers and let's do it,
Let's do it.
Love it.
That's awesome. I mean, I would not want to get hit by those shots there.
Oh my God.
I don't want to get hit by that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's insane. And I'm playing around. Actually, I'm actually glad that worked because I've never used that feature before. It's kind of a new thing on this.
Nice.
So I'm like, holy cow, it actually worked. So that was great. But that was
God, that was a nice TBT. Oh my God. That was a good year.
Yeah. Well, you were, that was a point where I think fights were kind of shutting down.
There wasn't
much going on. Even training was hard. Everybody was kind of.
It was a long road to this one, man. Oh my God, it was a
while, right? What was your last fight?
So it was March, but then I lost that fight, and it was just like so much build up to this fight. I still have like problem like finding opponents. Like I had like 2 different opponents again. Like I was supposed to fight in the summer, that didn't go through, and I was like, whatever, like taking this fight in October, and then they switched the opponent like 2 weeks out, and I was just trying to like stay focused on just getting the win.
Yeah, so you weren't initially supposed to fight Shernika, right? Right? You weren't supposed to fight her. It kind of came up.
Yeah. She I'm glad she took the fight, because that would have been bad if I didn't get to fight again. But supposedly the girl I was supposed to fight was from Chile, and she got COVID or something. I don't know.
Well, that's the hard thing. Yeah, you're dancing between the CDC and being able to fight is what's kind of happening right now.
I know. It's so crazy. I know.
And I think that's the hardest thing, because to train to fight, and this is what I tell people all the time, during COVID, it's been so difficult because to train to fight, you can't social distance. There's no way to.
I know.
So you're up close and personal with people, and then you
don't know where everybody goes and does and who they're with. Like, how are you able to control these things? You can't.
And then half the tests are like, I mean, I think Elon Musk took and I may be wrong, but this is just what I heard, but Elon Musk took the test like 4 times and tested positive twice and negative twice. And he did it 4 times in a row. So
I know. Like, how can you really know these days? Like the tests and everything. I don't know. It's just so crazy.
But I will tell you, I was, you put on a hell of a show. I mean, I was there. Your whole team, the whole Saratoga Law MMA team.
Yeah, man, we killed it that weekend. Now we have another one coming up.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say is, I mean, you already and it was kind of like, I think it was the next day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That you signed for another fight, like in 2 weeks, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that's like, it's a submission grappling, but it's still like, I want to stay active, like I came out like no injuries really. Just like a little soreness and like some back stuff that I was dealing with before, but I'm healthy, and like, why not get back in the gym and go for something else just to stay active and, see what lies ahead in the future. Yeah.
And you're training. I mean, your whole team's pretty much training already.
Everyone.
I saw Jenny was back in the gym with Ray Longo. So everybody's kind of getting
the best, man. Oh my God. What a night we had.
Oh yeah. I mean, I will tell you had, I think 4 of your fighters were fighting that night. And I want to send out congrats and all that to every one of them. I mean, Steve Lee did great. He was at Coney Island. Jenny Nadell, of course, that was a hell of a kick right to the head.
Queen.
It's like, I felt that where I was, so, and in excellent championship, form, Jenny was very concerned about, it was just a great, demonstration of not only go in and kill it, but then, show empathy and compassion afterwards, and humility was just amazing.
No, I'm taken away from her whole attitude. Obviously, she's been in the fight game for a long time, and, she's kind of like the queen of law. So, but it was just so amazing to me that she's able to control her emotions and kind of be there for everybody, and then go and put on a show herself, finish the girl in the first round. So it was amazing to watch.
That was insane. It was great.
Yeah. It was definitely in our bucket list. We've been saying it forever. We wanted to fight on the same card, and we've been saying it. We've been, checking things off. So we got to fight on the same card, and it was amazing. Oh my God. The energy in that place was great.
Yeah, no, it was definitely phenomenal. And the venue was great. I just want to shout out to everybody, even, Lou Neglia, who did a amazing, I mean, that was just a cool event. I've never been there.
Me neither. It was my first time. As soon as I got there for weigh-ins, I was like, damn, we're fighting here?
It was outside.
Yes.
But it wasn't.
I was kind of cold.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I was kind of cold, going into the fight. But hey, man, whatever. It was fun.
Well, you looked great. You came in. You had great form. I mean, and I wanted to kind of go through, real quick, because I have some video I want to throw up.
Nice. Let's see it.
All right, there we go. Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah. I thought they were going to start yelling at me for doing this.
And now, I want... what happened? And I'm going to that real quick. But what happened there? Because it was it looked like, because you could actually hear me in the background go, she got to be careful with that, because that was almost like a takedown.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I thought you were going to get a point taken, at some point if you kept doing that, right?
Me too. But you know what it is? It's frustrating fighting someone like that when they don't stop. It's kind of like she kept coming forward to like clinch, but like without a plan, really, like just coming forward to clinch, and like it was basically like stalling, and I was getting mad. I was like, you know what? Get off me! I want to fight.
You were getting pissed.
So like it was like momentum. It wasn't even like I wasn't even trying to like take her down. It was like the momentum and like the way I was like switching the angles on her that she kind of kept falling, you know. And I had like my glove kind of like hooking her neck, and like the way I like yanked her, like she kind of fell to the ground. Because I mean, what am I gonna do? Like that's what you have to do to a bully, you know, kind of like bully them too.
Yeah, well, you wanted to get her off and send her at the same time. But what I was wondering, could you see or hear what she said to the referee at that point? Because he talked to her for a second, and I was like, what's going on? And I was almost like, I hope they don't take a point. But then they waved the fight off, and I was like,
yeah, you waved the fight.
And I was like, okay, what the hell just happened? What'd she say? Did she say she can't see? She's hurt? I don't know what the hell she did.
I think she was hurt. I think she was done. And then even the ref told me, like, he didn't tell me specifically. I just heard, it was like so much going on at that moment. I was like confused myself. And I kind of heard them like in the background saying like, this girl says she doesn't want to fight again.
Okay. All right.
Like that, she like they said something like that. I'm like, wait, what? Like, was that said? Like, that's why you stopped the fight? Like, what happened? But I don't know. I think that he just saw her like she wasn't really there, and I was surprised. I mean, I kept hitting her like straight punches right to the face, and I kind of like seeing her face and like the facial expressions and like the energy. And I can kind of see like she's almost done. So I'm like, I'm definitely going to finish the fight this round. But then she never she kind of got up, but not really like the last time that I kind of like yanked her down,
Yeah. Cause it happened, I think once or twice prior, right? Cause she was coming forward. Like you said, she just kept coming at you. And, that's a technique when someone really doesn't want the distance, cause you probably had the reach on her. You probably had the power on her.
Yeah.
I mean, you're training. I mean, you're training at a legendary striking gym, right? So, I mean, you know how to punch, you know how to throw.
Yeah.
And, it was like, almost like she was trying to just get close. So you couldn't get that range on her. And I think
I have that problem with so many opponents. Like now all my opponents just know to like bum rush me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I've been trying to like work on that, just changing the angles, and like I've learned my lesson, and now I kind of come in with a different mindset. Like I adjusted. But it was like
a ground game too. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the unfortunate thing is, you're kickboxing, so there is no ground game in kickboxing.
Yeah.
You either got to fight inside or you got to fight outside. But you can't get that. And you could do the clinch for a second, but the ref's going to break it up anyway.
Right.
So it's you can't go even into dirty boxing there because you're going to.
I know. And I thought of that. There's like so many things I could take away from this fight. I honestly was prepared to go like a little longer, only because like I kind of wanted like the cage time, like it's good to have the experience of going like the distance, but I don't know. It was just a weird fight for me because I couldn't kind of like, I usually like to get my pace and kind of like see, like openings and stuff like that, and like get my harder shots. But like, I just had to like react right away because, like the girl just came in and I was like, okay, let's do this.
She was coming in wild. I mean, it was like, it seemed like she just kind of, even Jenny's opponent too was kind of coming in wild for a second, what I mean?
Yeah. No, she put her in her place. Like, bitch, not with me, not tonight.
Well, it's that legendary striking from Longo MMA. I mean, Ray Longo. I mean, it's that learning how to be composed and throw that strike and then back up if you need to, and then get the angle and then come in again. I mean, you just see something. I mean, there's something special going on in that gym. I commented that to Ray and he responded back, and his response was, I still owe you an interview, which was
Ray. I love him.
Which he does. But, I'll hold him to it at some point and get him on.
But give it to you. No, it's awesome, man. It's the energy. Everybody works hard in there. We all I feel we all find motivation within each other, like on the daily grind. Like everybody sees everyone like showing up every day, putting in the work. Sometimes you're the nail, sometimes you're the hammer. And it's just that constant, it's a constant, race to the top, So everybody's just trying to be better every day, 1% better every day. And that's about it. You keep showing up, and like you saw, Jenny, she has nothing to prove anymore. Like, she's showing up at the gym regardless, whether she's fighting or not, she's there for everyone, leading the team, leading, amateurs and everything. And, and for me, it's really big. It's 2 years in the making, and finally freaking get our hand raised, and we deserved our team right.
Well deserved and well earned. And like I said, I know the work ethic in that gym and just the attitude in that gym is amazing, because every time I've walked in there, it's always been just a really cool vibe, really cool feel. And you're kind of a little bit in awe of even being there sometimes, because it's just so many legends have come through there. Right. You got Matt Serra, Chris Weidman, you got, you can go on and on. I mean, and you have current crazy champs right now, and people just coming up in the ranks. I mean, I think you got a lot of people that are just going to you're going to see a lot of people that are currently in there in the UFC at some point.
There's a lot of prospects that are really close into getting right now. I feel I think that Pumi is next.
Yeah, he's definitely going.
I think Pumi is next, in the league. Couple other guys that just fought. I feel like James Gonzalez, Dylan, Dennis, Pombos, all of these guys deserve it. They're top contenders, local shows and.
Well, James is fighting this week coming up, right? James is fighting at ROC this week, Ring of Combat down in India. I just want to throw that out there. This weekend, October 22nd, at the Tropicana Ring of Combat 74. Law MMA will be represented once again. I have on my law shirt. I have on my law shirt right now.
Let's go! Yes.
I have
Law MMA.
That's it. I need my DK shirt though. I need to get a DK shirt from you.
I got you. I have one right here for you.
I take a large, so if you got one, I will definitely want to grab it when I see you.
Next time you're around, I got you.
Yeah. I'll be up in a couple.
I promised you that a year ago. Damn it.
No, I know.
I shouldn't have said you that already. Damn it.
A lot of promises happening and not being fulfilled here at that.
I got you. I promise.
No, it's awesome. But I definitely won't. I would definitely wear it with pride, because definitely a lot of cool stuff happening at that gym. Like I said, there's something going on there right now that it's just, you see all this stuff. And like I said, you had you also, I just want to throw this out there too, Justin Montalvo also won.
That's another one.
He wasn't at that event, but he was at a different event. Definitely he's another one who's on a tear. I mean,
I don't know if you saw the highlight from his fight, but this kid is like a body snatcher. Oh my God. Every time, I'm telling you.
Everybody, he's going out and finishing, right? I mean, I haven't seen him. I don't think he's gone the distance in a while. If he has, I don't know.
It's so crazy.
But he's definitely somebody to keep an eye on as well. I mean, so you got a lot of just magic happening, and you're going to keep going. I mean, obviously,
a lot of things coming up.
I think it was smart to take a fight real quick, even though it's a grappling match. I think that's good anyway.
Yeah.
I love grappling, so that's kind of something that's one of my loves. But the thing that I get to is, keep that momentum, right? You just got to win.
That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. That's the goal. Keep that momentum. That's really what I need. it was a little hard. I feel like that's why it kind of got me down for a while, because I couldn't find fights, and I did find fights and then they wouldn't fall through. So just having that momentum and keeping that and keep winning, and then we get to
it's that old object in motion stays in motion, right? So you if you keep moving and keep, I mean, I don't think you want to fight too often because you end up, getting drain yourself that way too. But I mean, it's just I think getting back in there, coming off a win, I think getting back in there, doing another fight real quick, that's not a bad thing. That's only going to
100%
confidence, and confidence is a big key in this game. Your mindset, where you're at, your headspace. I mean, how do you keep your headspace going, especially through adversity? I often say you learn how to win through losing and adversity, right? You gotta fail your way to success. Basically, it's kind of how I look at it, right?
You know what? It was hard. It's hard. It's hard to come to terms with that sometimes because, as an athlete and coming up in the pros or whatever, especially when you did good as an amateur, it's hard to like keep losing and then like keep the heart for it and the passion, you kind of get like in a rut, and then, you kind of get into a place, a mental state where you're like, okay, like, what am I really doing? What do I need to do to change this? Like, what needs to change? Like, what adjustments I need to make? Okay, what should I focus on? I have to like dig inwards. So I did the work, I put in the work, and it was a lot of sweat, blood, and tears and suffer. Mm-hmm. But like when Saturday night happened, I mean, it's only a kickboxing fight, but for me, it meant a lot more. It was just like that constant, like, like never giving up. Like that was like big for me. That was like, I proved myself like that. You're right. I'm right.
Well, and I was kind of like, good. When you got the win, I was like, good, because I felt like you needed that. Right.
Yeah.
Because, it's real easy to get into that spot where, like you were just talking about, where if you had a loss or two or whatever happened, you could get it could get like quicksand, right? Like no matter how much you try to struggle out of it, you get kind of sucked back into it. The more you struggle, the more you sink, right?
Yeah.
And that could be a dangerous place for an athlete.
It really is. It really is. And it's not more so like, it's not because like, I'm like my hardest critic, like I critique myself so bad. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I got to relax. I got to give myself like a little pat in the back, but it's hard sometimes, like, when you're in that place and then you have people starting to doubt you too, your own people, like the people that, had your back, like, you start losing sponsors, you start losing like, all right, people are like losing interest. People are like doubting you. People are like, oh, like you're going to fight again. I want to fight again and again and again.
I'll keep going until I get to where I need to be, right? I mean,
exactly. Yeah. But I'm just glad I kept going. I kept going, Yeah.
Well,
but that's the hardest part, really, when like everybody starts doubting you, along with yourself, and then you're like, wait, hold up, no, I'm changing this.
Well,
I'm just glad. I'm just glad everything happened that way, because I learned a lot within this like year.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to use it as a kind of a soul searching and exploration of yourself, right? I always say losses are character building.
Yes,
that's what they do. That's where you don't become the person you are through winning, right? Winning, if you win all the time, you don't know what it's like to lose. So therefore, you can't win correctly. So, in my opinion, or you don't do it humbly, and I think you have to be in that other side of it to really get there. Like I said, you fail your way. One true attribute that most people who are successful have is they've learned how to fail and they learned how to use that. And they also learned how to flip that, right? You got to flip the script, right? It's not failing. It's actually an opportunity.
That's what it really is.
Yeah. It's an opportunity
to learn. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Yeah, I've been reading a lot more this past year and just doing a lot of like self awareness and all that shit. But yeah, I'm no, it's been great. I mean, it's been so different, like just my mindset and everything along with it, you know.
Well, you went
Just
back out to Greece for a little bit, right? You went.
I did. I think that helped me too, you know, just being where I grew up and everything, just kind of getting in tune with like my Greek warrior side.
Well, you got the first Ultimate Warriors, right? I mean, come on.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's it's in your blood, it's in your nature, right? It's ingrained in the culture. And I think maybe going back there, kind of resetting for a minute, coming back, then
definitely,
play a big part. And you grew up in Greece. You were born and raised in Greece, right? And went to school there. And and I think I read somewhere that you got into MMA because one of your brother's friends, I guess, was fighting. You want to try on his gloves or something like that. I don't know. I mean, something like I remember reading something at one point because I do my research.
I'll tell you the story. So when I was younger, I always wanted to be like my brother because I thought he was like so cool and everything. I just wanted to hang out with him because he's older, and he would always go to his friend's house, and he had like this basement. It was like a man cave, right? So they always used to like do dumb shit in there, and they had gloves, right? And sometimes, a boy would spar. They would just put gloves on and they would spar. And I would always like go see them, like put the gloves on. I was like, can I try them? Like, yeah, put the gloves on. And that's how I started. And I remember like my brother's friend was like, damn, you hit hard. So then that was like kind of embedded in my head. It was like, all right, I'm good at this, I guess, and I loved it. I loved violence. Like, I swear to God, I was always like a crazy kid.
Okay.
So yeah, like I was just so much energy and everything. I was already an athlete. So when I was like 17, I went to like my first kickboxing gym, and it was like a hole in the wall in my island, but it was so perfect because I started for like a month, and I was like, wow, I really like this. And it just stayed in me. So then when I moved here a year later, I was like, I want to pursue this. I want to do this. I want to be a fighter one day. And like, I don't know. It's crazy. What a life. Here we are now.
Well, here you are now. You're a professional fighter. I mean, that's the thing. And I guess that's, where you kind of either, one of the things, you either fall in love with it or you don't, right? I mean, that's anybody who's good at anything. What you see in people that are really good at things is they become obsessed with it, right? They become obsessed with becoming perfect at it. Anybody who's successful, who's really successful, that's one of the things you see in them. And, it sounds like that's what you developed. What did your friends and family think when you came to New York and said, "Hey, I want to be a professional fighter"?
Oh,
they must have been like, "Are you out of your damn mind?" They must have said that. I don't know.
100. That was exactly their reaction. That was their reaction. Everybody thought it was crazy, and I don't think anyone took me serious for a while until I actually started going to the gym and training. And, it was like a lot of ups and downs. And, I obviously I didn't stay consistent until I've been consistent for the past 6 years. Before that, it was really hard to stay consistent only because of work and, had to support myself and everything. Now it's different. I have sponsors, I have my job, we're in training and everything. So I can kind of do this full time, but before it was harder. Yeah. But in the beginning, everybody thought it was crazy for sure. I remember even my brother, the first time I told him I want to fight, we were watching Chris Cyborg and and then he's like, Diana, he's like, you're going to get your ass whooped if you go fight. He's like, you're going to fight girls like her? And I was like, word.
Well, you're looking at the top, maybe someday, but you're looking at the top of the food chain, right? You're looking at Chris Cyborg, Amanda Nunes, all these crazy, insane athletes who just come in and destroy people. I mean, we got a great fight card coming up in UFC. What is it? UFC 268. You got Usman versus, oh God, damn it. I can't think of the names now for some reason. My brain just happens all the time.
there's like so much going on right now. I'm like, I can't even remember. Like, I remember I wanted to go to the Madison Square Garden card, and I'm like, wait, who is even fighting?
Yeah.
And I could have sworn, like, I looked at it and I was like, I want to see all of these fights.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get to the fights, they're definitely, I mean, the problem with the UFC is the damn fights are so damn expensive. It's hard to, get out there. It's hard to get out there for, I mean, unless you can get a pass or a press pass or something like that, it's hard to get in.
Yeah.
But, it's some great fights coming up. I mean, I'm looking forward to that card. And PFL obviously this week.
That's exciting.
Yeah, PFL is going to be crazy. I'll be down in Florida for that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm gonna catch up with Tony Ricci.
Nice. He was just at the event. Nice.
And he didn't know I was there, and I didn't know he was there.
Oh my God.
We talked to each other when I was over there talking to you guys at the end. I was like,
That's
"Oh
so
shit, you're here." It's like, yeah. I wish I knew you were here. So we caught up for a minute.
That is so funny.
So I'm gonna try and hook up with him. He's going to PFL too, so I'm gonna try to catch up with him down there.
Nice.
Be shark diving the other days that week, but we'll do our thing.
You are? Damn, that's on my bucket list too.
Oh, we do it all the time.
One day.
We're out there. I set up expeditions, so I set up a lot of those trips.
Wow.
I have one that goes out in January every year. This will be the first year in a couple years just because of the COVID thing. But
yeah.
But
I remember you were telling me last time.
Yeah, we do a live aboard. We're out there for, like 9 days out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean at a place called Tiger Beach where we're feeding tiger sharks and hanging out.
Wow.
And just having a blast. So, yeah, we'll be back out there. So, I mean, there's a lot going on. There's always a lot. And I don't sit well. So if you haven't noticed, I don't well, so I'm always kind of moving no matter what.
That's good. That's how you have to be. I'm the same way.
Motion, like you. I'm taking a page out of you. Stay in motion, keep it in motion.
Yeah.
Keep going. So, I'm excited about the fight. I want to see what happens next. It's kind of like that. You're like, it's a page turner, right? I want to see what happens next.
Yeah.
A lot of great things coming up for the whole Law MMA crew. You guys,
really
like I said, you guys are on a tear right now. So it's definitely cool to see. It's cool to watch. I'll probably be back down there in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Awesome. I'll have your shirt.
Yeah. And I gave Jenny something for you to sign for me because I want to.
Oh yeah, I gave her the poster. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I want to see like right there in the background.
Back there. It's gonna be back there. I got Ken back there. I got my Mike Tyson signed ring bell right there.
Love it.
James Gonzalez up there. He signed one for me a while back, and Jenny, she just signed that one. Bruce Buffer, of course, he's been on.
Yeah, the legend.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool people that I've had the opportunity to meet thanks to this show and talk to, and I don't think I'll ever give it up. So
no, you shouldn't. Come on.
No, we'll keep going.
Gotta keep going, man. Keep going.
Well, I got another one coming up too. Another show. It's called The Memeing of Life. So
I love it. Listen,
another. Hopefully, it'll be cool. I got a couple people I'm doing it with every week. We're just gonna make fun of everything.
That's how you gotta be.
Oh, yeah.
People take life too serious. You gotta laugh a little,
Be silly and offend everyone.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Everybody's offended anyway. So
that's it. So I might as well be good at it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Get good at it. So anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Dianna.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. And I will see you, either fighting or at the gym or whatever. I'll see you around.
Definitely will. I'll see you around.
And I look forward to seeing what comes next for you. I think it's going to be awesome. So
Me too. I'm really excited. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Be good, my friend.
Bye.